Hey guys, welcome back or welcome into episode 3 of Down the Rabbit Hole. I'm your host, barely doing the most, Chibi. I am followed by my lovely co-host. Go ahead and say hi, guys.
How's it going? It's Ken.
I am Cub Dog.
Cup Dog's here.
So we have Ken and Cup Dog here, as always, doing amazing work. Thank you guys for being here, being with me. If you guys haven't checked out the main podcast, Pixelated Thoughts, make sure you guys do, because what is it? Season 2, episode
27.
2 just
Yeah.
dropped. It was fire. So, I mean, if you guys like gaming content and if you like these fellows, you're gonna have a great time with it.
Don't worry, Chibi will be back on there when she finds content that she can jump onto.
Listen, I wanted to be honest. I'm not very versed in, I would say, not even gaming culture, but like when it comes to companies, you know what I mean? Like that type of nitty-gritty stuff.
I mean, it was just microtransactions. You could have literally just been like, I don't like how much Overwatch skins cost. And I don't think
See, but-
anybody does.
Or does she?
Or
does she?
it's true.
The thing is, I don't buy Overwatch skins, so I don't know. I mean,
Oh.
I guess I could say with like Valorant skins, I could have said something, but
That's
you know.
expensive, man. You're
That's
fucking
I
crazy.
literally, I know this is gonna be off topic for a second, but I had somebody buy me a $70 knife for my birthday, and I was like, I appreciate it, but that is $70 for a knife.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think
insane.
I remember when the game first dropped and I saw the prices for the skins, I was like, this seems a bit much. Like, I didn't know how anything else any other how their
Mhm.
monetization works for any other game, but I was like, that seems a bit much, right? For something I'm just gonna use
Honestly,
once.
yeah, and that was like my first FPS game that I ever did, so I had no idea like what to compare it to, and I was like, oh, a gun pack for like $70, like that must be good. No, it's bad.
Facts.
Anywho's he's back on track. So on today's agenda for episode 3, I was thinking we're going to be talking about some of the animes that we've been watching so far for the winter 2023. Some suggestions that I've watched from Ken that I hate to admit was pretty damn fire.
Everything I suggest is good.
It was
Every
really
fucking
good.
thing.
And I only watched like I think one episode of each just to like get a tease, and I was like, damn, I'm really about to binge this like at 12 o'clock at night because it was so
I
good.
was gonna say you're pulling a
Um,
Jack.
I'm sorry. Hey,
I
at least I
watched
watched
half an
it.
episode.
I watched the whole episodes, I promise. And then we're gonna talk about, well, I personally want to talk about what were some of Ken and Brad's favorite 2022 animes, if they had any.
This is both Yuri
Because
for Brad. I mean, we've
oh
solved,
god.
we solved that one.
And that was gonna be the one that I asked about, honestly, because I got more information about it and I was like, oh, this actually sounds pretty good.
It's pretty
Because
wholesome.
because we know that I am behind on every anime. And lastly, answer some questions from you guys in Discord if you guys are in my Discord in the stream, anything like that. So any questions that you guys have, always feel free to drop us some questions. We love to do Q&A after every episode. So thank you for stopping by,
I
and I
like
hope you guys
that.
enjoy it.
I like the way you talk. Right? Is like we're just talking to your Discord in our communities. Of like,
Well,
hey,
I'm
anyone
just
in general, right?
saying. I'm just saying because
Event-
they were the ones who answered the questions.
Ah,
But if anybody would like to ask some questions, you guys are always more than welcome in YouTube. Can you ask questions in Spotify?
yeah, you can.
Okay, yeah, ask questions in Spotify. Okay, I am a boomer. I'm sorry. Not
You're
actually, but
not a
actually.
boomer. You're
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 the
10
youngest
years
one here.
younger than me. Oh my god. Anywho,
Any whoosies.
let's get to whatever your topics were.
Wow, that's rude. Don't even know my topics. What kind of co-host doing the most are
What are
these?
you talking about? Like,
All right, boys.
you don't
All
want me
right,
to tell people
boys.
how scuffed this was?
All right,
Not like you
boys.
told us.
I know.
Feeling so offended. I don't want to do this anymore.
Too
So
late. You're already under contract.
we are
It's true. We don't.
the
we,
four
we pay
animes
our
that we have talked.
exposure.
The four animes that we kind of talked about that we're going to be watching this season are Near Automatopoeia,
Near
um,
automata or automata, whatever the fuck they want to call it.
Automata, Automatopoeia,
Until someone
um,
changes it.
High Card, which is my personal favorite, Buddy Daddies, and then lastly Trigun.
Yep.
So which one do you guys want to start with?
Yes.
Hey, let's start with Trigun. Trigun, woo!
Yeah,
How are you feeling about like the newer episodes?
It's very much. If anyone's heard of the Trigun Maximum manga, it pretty much follows that storyline. So
Really?
If you've watched the original Trigun, I see a lot of people kind of complaining about how
That was gonna be my point.
they're just kind of rushing through.
Mhm.
Basically, it's 12 episodes. So
Mhm.
the original Trigun was 24 episodes. The first 12 were exploratory. So
Oh.
you were just kind of, and it was like a case of the week type deal with Vash,
Mhm.
getting to know him and his character. And then when it got
Mhm.
to when it started introducing the gung ho guns and millions knives and wolfwood and stuff like that, then it started to kind of kick into the manga
Mhm.
territory and started to get a lot darker. This is, I would say, closer to the manga in terms of tone and the way they
Mhm.
portray knives, because he's, if you've watched episode 3 by now, dude's the fucking boogeyman.
Dude, he is terrifying, like, fucking insane.
Yeah, he plays. I was kind of shocked too, because um at no point did I think that this you know Trigun Stampede was going to become graphic, and then
Mhm.
they lopped a dude's arm off, and I was like,
Dude,
oh,
it was like, what was
Good.
it? Yeah, it was episode 3, and, like, literally, homeboy is like, "My god," whatever, and, like, goes in there, and his arm just fucking immediately went,
yeah,
and,
everything.
like, and it was just blood everywhere, and I was like, "Oh.
Yeah, the
Good.
tone the
I
tone
was
is
Oh."
much
tired of that
darker.
guy.
What's that, Brad?
Yeah, I was tired of that guy.
Oh, the doctor.
Dude,
Yeah.
he was so annoying.
He was a bit whiny, you know.
Yeah. No. No.
I
Uh,
got it, though, like,
But Brad,
understood.
I told you, right? Like, the facial animation for him was like really expressive. So I was like, for CG, that
yes.
looks fantastic.
Oh, dude, it is very quickly becoming like one of my favorite animation
Yeah,
styles.
it's
Like
so
it's just
cool
Mhm.
looking, man. And then I love the
It's
way,
definitely different.
I like when they had knives when he was taking down the town, and like obviously a
Oh,
millions
yeah.
knives appeared, right?
Dude, it kinda gave me
his
chills
name
when I
makes
saw
sense
it, and
now.
he just
His name actually fucking makes sense.
actually a million knives.
Like
But yeah,
it's
no, he's definitely intense.
Yeah, and then obviously, episode 4 introduced everyone's favorite character, Wolfwood. Everyone loves him, and
Mhm.
so
I
in the
agree.
anime, they OG anime, they didn't like show
Mhm.
his intentions until like
Mhm.
episode like 18 or 19, I think it was.
422.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, some shit. But then in episode 4, they actually showed, obviously we're trying to
Yeah.
kick it into gear, so they're showing you who he's really aligned with and stuff like that. So
Oh.
plus, I think they made a change. I don't think he had a railgun
Yes,
before.
dude. The
That shit was awesome.
It's completely like the complete opposite in the in the original anime. He just has like
It's a
19
rocket.
pistols.
I thought it was a rocket launcher too, right? Like his cross. I think it's a
Yeah.
rocket launcher and then a machine gun. And
Oh, shit.
I was like, is that a fucking railgun? And the animation for him to do it was just badass. I was like, why is
That
he?
was
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
that was pretty sick. He
It
does
was
the
really
Yeah,
good.
he
like 360.
spins it on his
Yeah.
shoulder and then immediately whips it around. I was like, oh shit, he fucking just did that shit
I
dirty.
know, I was just like,
Yeah,
I think it's interesting, like, to hear the discrepancies because, like, we were watching it in my Discord, like, me and some of my friends, and my one friend, because I wanted to ask you guys about, what's the main character's name again? I'm so bad with
Vash
names.
Stampede.
Vash.
Yeah,
How do you
Human
guys feel about
typhoon.
Vash's character compared to his character in the original
he's
anime?
legitimately
Because
the same person.
really, my
Yeah.
friend was complaining and saying this is like the wimpier version of Vash.
No,
And I
he's always like been melancholy and kind of a coward. Like he always comes off that
really,
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because he was like
When he
old
starts to
Vash wouldn't
like
take this.
when he starts to like see that's like someone who watched like the first like couple episodes of when you
Mhm.
if you watched him in the first episode of Bash of Trigun, he acts like a fucking wimp the entire time. He doesn't want to fight.
Uh-huh.
He tries to be
Mm,
passive. He tries to solve things,
mhm.
through talking before
Okay.
trying to kill somebody. And he just kind of he but like obviously in the first episode of Stampede, you saw that when he needed to flex, he
Yeah,
could.
he would. Yeah.
He's very strong. And same thing in episode 2, right? He kicks that
Yeah.
fucking that arm away and then immediately catches Rosa. And I'm like, guys, what are you talking about? This is like
Yeah.
it's just that they kind of went to this more melancholy character earlier on, which is who he
I kinda
is.
see it. Yeah, because,
Yeah.
I mean, he's gone through a lot, so, I mean, I could
That's the
imagine.
difference
So, I was just
between him and
curious.
Knives.
Just curious.
Like
Yeah.
Knives is a very like he doesn't see humanity as worth it. That's why
Mhm.
he killed everyone on the ship. That's why he like murders people without like any thought or maims them, whatever. And then Vash
Mhm.
is completely different. Like he was raised to
Yeah.
be caring and empathetic.
Mhm.
And yeah, no,
Now
it's
I don't I his new style, his new look.
yeah.
I don't like it as much.
I still like
Like
the arm,
And
dude. I just don't like the
and
arm.
it
That's it.
I feel like it matches his personality too well. Like the older style made him look like he was supposed to be more of an imposing figure.
Especially when you have the legend of Vash the Stampede, the
Right.
humanoid
Yeah.
typhoon. Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, but this like the new one just looks like a K-pop figure or something.
Maybe that's why I
This
like
man's
it.
about this man's about to fucking break into song and dance in between every shot.
It's the haircut. It's the haircut.
Well, also, so I thought I was gonna hate the fact that Millie wasn't in there, but I really like Roberto. That dude's fucking legit as a character.
Yeah.
He's very smart, very like he seems like he's gonna be the type of character, depending on how long he survives, you know, to kind of push Vash along and kind of act as like somewhat as like the background exposition, sort of,
Hmm.
because he really does bring common sense, I would say, to like all the situations that they find themselves in, and I like that.
Hmm.
I'm a huge
I
fan of that.
agree. I agree. Last thing that I wanted to kind of say, at least for me, about this, the recent couple episodes. In episode 2, did anybody like rewind when oh my god, what's the one girl reporter?
Meryl.
She
No.
Meryl was like holding the kid and then the rock fell and the kid she just like basically let the kid go and he just fucking he fell off the cliff.
Well, it's not like she was going to, keep him
But
alive.
it was
That's just a
so the
liability.
way she did it was so nonchalant. She's just like, "Oh,
She knows what's
there
up.
you go."
Exactly. The child's life is not important. Let's be real about it.
And then I was like, "Wait, what
She's there
happened
for
to
the
him?" Because
story.
Yeah.
she walked back and the lady was just holding the dead kid's body and I was like, "Oh."
She has like she has the main character, type deal, type feel, and he
It
obviously
was just
was
it
just an
was just really
NPC.
out of pocket.
Sometimes you just get what you deserve. Don't fuck around with me.
LOL.
Them's
All
children.
right, next one.
That's up to
Let's
you.
talk about
What do you want to talk about?
high card.
So I have
He said,
here's my only issue right now.
"Yeah."
These last 3 episodes, so episodes 2 through 4,
Mhm.
they feel like they're just like character introductions,
Yeah,
and you
definitely.
have
I agree with
12
that.
episodes.
So it's like
So
you kinda need to speed it up a
yeah,
bit.
I want to know
I
like
understand, I
at what
agree.
point, like, is it episode 5? Because what they haven't touched upon one character, I think. No, two.
I
The
think so.
old man,
True.
and then old boy who was who got stabbed through the chest by the katana by
Mhm.
Love and Peace or whatever her name is
Yeah,
by Lap. I was like, are we gonna do 2 more episodes on them and then try to get to you
that's
know
true.
because like
And
they
it's
introduced a new character in episode 3, right?
mhm,
And I was like,
mhm. True, and what is it? What was he, like, the manager, right? Like, the
y-
big dog? One of
yeah,
the big
he
dogs?
was
Yeah.
the branch manager.
Yeah.
I kind
Which,
of
I mean,
want
I really liked his character.
no, he's well, of
You
course you
would.
Yeah.
did. Yeah, you would.
What does that mean?
Because you have this weird attachment to fake people and
Yeah.
characters and stuff like that.
What does
I've
that
seen
even
I've
mean?
seen
What?
your TikToks. Those TikToks creep me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like what's your was it the one flaw? It's like, oh, attachment to like fake anime characters. That's you. That's you in a nutshell. But no,
Oh
it
my
was
god.
it's so weird because if they do 2 more episodes, like, are you gonna be able to wrap up your narrative in
Yeah,
six
in 12
episodes?
episodes. Oh, yeah, well,
Because
technically
I
6,
still
yeah.
like we know what the you know I guess the overarching plot is to find all the cards
Mhm,
and
mhm.
resolve this conflict. But you know, you got like you got what 8 episodes left.
Yeah, I would say I guess they're, like, slowly doing it because, like, I mean, in that same episode, I forget which episode was it, 3 or 2, when they meet I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names, with, like, the branch manager. I
Yeah,
mean, they ended up getting what was it, the 7 of spades or 7 of diamonds, right?
yeah.
7 of spades. So, I mean, they're, like, collecting it as they're introducing the characters, but no, I agree with you, like, they kinda need to, like, speed it up or, like
What if there's actually 52 episodes though? And then
No,
just do
no,
one card per
it's only
episode.
12.
I
And
don't care what you say it
oh,
is. It might be 52.
it might pull
he's
a Full Metal Alchemist, pull 50. God damn, my bad,
hey, I
bro.
would not be opposed.
I mean, so once again with the original anime, I really feel like what we've seen so far is nice, but
Yeah,
most original anime is like 12 episodes, and so if you're
that's
not
about it.
going into if you're not matching that pace, like
Mhm,
Trigun Stampede's fucking going, like that shit is breakneck. Like we're gonna start
mhm.
kind of getting into the gung ho guns next that arc, and then then we're gonna do like the standoff with knives. But with High Card, it
I'm
feels like you have 6 episodes, and I'm like, what do we, where are we
Well,
gonna
it's
get
also
to?
hard because it's like it's an original and it's not a manga, so you
Well,
don't know like how to compare it.
so there was an anime last year, I think it was called Duran,
Mhm.
and it was on Crunchyroll. It was a Crunchyroll original, and like the first 2 episodes were amazing. Like the animation's fucking incredible.
Mhm.
The rest of that was fucking just all over the place.
Mm.
It's like
I think you mentioned that.
they had no idea. No, I mentioned Wonder Egg Priority, so I haven't.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be forever my biggest like most upsetting anime. You had 12 episodes, and you were doing the right thing every episode until you got to like the last 3. You
Which is
introduced
really unfortunate when it's such a good series and it ends like that,
I
like
mean,
on
you
such a
introduce a major antagonist,
Mhm.
and then everyone's like, "Holy shit, we don't have fucking time for this." So then
Mhm.
they got to like the actual second to last episode, the penultimate episode,
Mhm.
and then they had to go on hiatus for like a month and a half.
Mhm.
And then they announced, the studio did, hey, we're going to put out an hour-long episode. So everyone's
Okay.
like, okay, we're getting like a mini movie. This should be
Mhm.
good. And it ended up actually being a recap episode for the first 30 minutes. And then it resolved nothing in the last
Bro,
30.
why even do a
Good.
recap if you know
It
you're
was,
short on
let me
time?
tell you something. I was part of the subreddit. Everyone was pissed off. Not a
I
single
don't
person
blame
was
you
happy.
guys.
It
Yeah.
was a fucking really big downer because it was a beautiful
I
anime.
blame a
Like
few people.
it was
Yeah.
a couple people were like, yeah, fuck that anime.
Probably Cup Dog.
Cup Dog was like, I don't give a shit. Let's
Oh,
talk
you
about
good.
Bo Fury, the real thing. Brad, what did you think about so far with High Card? Have you watched the next 3?
Yeah, well, I didn't watch episode 4. I actually
That's
watched
okay.
episode 3 today.
Mhm.
I, I actually really like it. I like the fact that the abilities are just random. Like
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's like
they're out like completely out of pocket.
Yeah.
it's like it's like dude's invulnerable, but he's really hungry,
Yeah.
and dude's really heavy, but he can't swim. Um, it's like okay,
I'm
The
like,
money
"Okay."
one was funny as shit, dude. They're all like,
I was so confused at where they were going with that.
my money,
Um,
where is it? He's like, it's my money.
fucking pulls out a bazooka. So my question, somebody mentioned that is there a character in like was it Bungo Stray Dogs that is kind of the same or
Yes. So pretty much, oh
okay.
man, I can't remember his name, but he's one of the lead detectives, and pretty much what he does is that he
Uh-huh.
writes in his journal, and he can pretty much create anything that comes out of his journal. But I think it has to actually
Mm.
like Blue's
be,
Clues.
yeah,
Blue's
I think
Clues.
it has to fit in his hand though. So he'll like create a gun, a knife, stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I thought that ability was pretty sick. I was like, dude, like I would
Well,
never have thought about that.
I mean, he's like legitimately like was it money is no issue or something? Is that what
Oh
was
my god,
that?
what
Was
was
that
the
the
name of
ability
it?
cost? And he literally goes like, money's no issue.
Something.
And he throws like off the briefcase. He's
He
like, that's
I
the
know, I was
cost
like
of
I
a
was
fucking RPG.
yeah, I literally was like, "Oh, are you just gonna
I thought he was gonna make a
like
tank or
clone your
something.
money?" Yeah, I didn't know what he was gonna do. I thought he was just cloning money, and then all of a sudden I just see a fucking bazooka come out of nowhere. I was like, "Oh,
Good.
Could have cloned Cup Dog. Brad would have been a big help in that
shoulda
situation.
shoulda cloned Cup
I'm
Dog."
also impressed that
Like,
the animation for High Card has like kept up too.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
been very impressive. I'm just
Look, the actual owner of this
yeah,
podcast is here.
Bean. I'm just wondering
I
where it's
I
gonna
actually
go.
I get like a what's that movie series, the Kingsman?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get a Kingsman
that's
vibe.
yeah, no,
yeah.
definitely. A lot of people say that,
I
and they're
said
like,
that.
"Oh,
I
it's a
said that
knockoff
last
Kingsman."
episode. You
Yeah, you
sons of
did.
bitches.
No,
No,
you didn't.
No, I don't remember you saying that.
Brad said, nah, Brad. No, you know
It's
what?
the
Brad said it.
Japanese.
Brad said it. Brad did.
Nope.
It's the Japanese Kingsman.
Yeah, I think it's
Well, that's
fantastic.
racist.
I'm no. Any whoosies, but no, I'm excited
Someone's
to see where it
beeping that.
goes.
Someone's bleeping that out. I'm not getting in trouble.
But yeah, I'm excited to see. Or well, I shouldn't say excited. Interested to see how they're gonna do like the last couple six.
Yeah,
You know,
It's going to be a poker tournament.
that
Winner
would
that's
be
takes
the
all the
that would
whole.
be
cards.
fucking
That's it.
lame. But I want
They invite all of the players. They gotta duke it out in a fucking
Oh man,
arena,
can we not do
like
that? Can
Hunter x
we?
Hunter.
I actually, when I first saw the poster, I thought it was gonna be like a death game thing,
Yeah,
like Alice in Borderland. I was like, oh, it's Alice in Borderland, but possibly not as violent. I'm wrong though. It's
yeah. So
still pretty
marbles,
violent.
come on, marbles. That's all
Shit.
I gotta say.
Marlboros?
Mar,
Marbles. Bulls.
Get them menthols, old man. Give Cup Dog a
And
cigarette.
fucking hair Cup Dog. I'm sorry, I smoked my last pack.
Give Cup Dog a cigarette on the thing, Brad.
Can you do it? Can you give him a cigar?
Rest of the episode.
Good question.
He's like, let me filter through. Okie
Alrighty.
dokes. Next one. Let's do Buddy Daddies. How are we feeling? I'm gonna be real.
I love no.
I've been slacking on this one. I only watched like one other episode.
Well, it's weird, right? So like you watched the second episode, right?
Yeah, I
And
did.
you saw how dark it got at the end.
Yeah.
They don't even touch on that in episodes 3 and 4.
Really?
They don't. Episode 3 is like the tone is all over the fucking place in
Yeah,
like
really?
the show. Because with episode 3, it like so
Was
in
that
your
the
head.
was that the heist?
No.
Were they not the heist?
Are you
Where
making
they
shit
have
up here?
to
No, that's episode 2. That's the heist.
Yeah.
Okay,
Where they break down. Or no, I think it's an assassination of that guy in the house.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah.
Hitman action, by the way. It's on Game Pass.
Oh, yeah.
Go play that game.
Yeah. Okay, so I will admit I am enjoying the series more. The first
Oh.
episode didn't really grab me. I did watch episode 2, and I think episode 3. I'm now guessing myself as to
Episode 3 is when they. Well, fuck, we'll just spoil it for Chibi. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So pretty much like I'll ask you a question, Chibi.
Mhm.
Whoever the mom is, like, when do you think they should get to that part? Like, when would you, if you were making a show, and it's this little girl, she ends up like wandering the city, finds like fucking her supposed dads who killed her real father. When do you think they would introduce the mom? Like, realistically,
never. She's not important.
could be true. That's out. That's a good point, Brad. But I'm asking Chibi, so shut.
You're thinking of like when I would do it or like when they would do it?
When you would do it, like in an anime.
When I would do it, I would maybe let it like simmer for like an episode or 2.
It's literally in episode 3. Well, yeah.
Okay, JK.
And by the way, episode 3 is fucking probably one of the like most melancholy. Is not it's not necessarily a feel good episode at times because there's a lot of serious conversations being taking place. So I was like,
oh shit. Well, I'm gonna be watching that tomorrow.
and then episode 4 is them trying to find a daycare.
Okay, I did see that on TikTok.
With the absolute thickest daycare lady I've ever seen in an anime. I was like,
So like Dexter's mom thick.
we're talking like stacked. It was the I was like, is she gonna be like someone's
this episode's
love
gonna
interest?
be called Thick.
Is this gonna be a love interest or something?
Wait, was she thicker than Cup Dog?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely not. The only thing thicker than Cup Dog is life itself.
Shut the fuck. I hate this, man. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Dog, give us your wisdom.
Exactly.
What does
God
that mean?
damn it. But yeah, I don't know, Brad. I think tonally it's just kind of like it's fun to watch. It's fun sometimes, but it's also tonally like all over the place.
Interesting.
So far.
Would you say it's like bad?
No, I don't.
It's all over the place.
I don't want to say necessarily bad, but I want to know. It kind of feels like one of those where it's just going without like any rhyme or reason. Because I feel like them introducing the mom in episode 3 felt like that's like a resolution. I mean, you could always go back to it, right? But that'd be so fucking predictable if they do, which I feel like they're going to, but that would be really predictable if they do.
I feel like if I was writing it, I would definitely give it a couple episodes just to kind of build up.
Who's directing this? Is it Tiki Watiti? Because
Taika Waititi?
Taika Waititi. This is worse than me saying near onomatopoeia.
Titawaga Taka Wagalugi.
Cup Dog breaks.
Why are you the way you
are?
Cupdog.exe
is broken.
Why are you the way you are?
Yes.
Go on, Brett.
Just because I only say that because he is. I'm not gonna say he's the master, but he is the maniac that does like the most egregious tone shifts back and forth
because of Thor: Love and Thunder. I mean, because
what has he wrote?
He did Thor Ragnarok, Thor: Love and Thunder. Okay. Yeah, Love and Thunder was like all over the place.
Jojo Rabbit. I mean, it's one of the darkest twists.
I think Jojo Rabbit had to have that tone though because you're seeing it through the eyes of a child. right?
Mm,
And I think that
mhm.
was an actual brilliant way to kind of convey the darkness of like Germany, like occupied Germany and stuff like that.
Oh, I've never
So
heard of this one, so I'm like,
or
mm.
Oh, dude,
whatever.
it's a fantastic movie.
I
Phenomenal
mean, it
film.
sounds really
Like
good.
the twist when they show it, man, that's fucking heartbreaking. God damn, that
Yeah,
shit
it's
hit. That
brutal.
shit hit hard, dude. I was like, oh no.
So it's one of Hitler's youth, and he sees an imaginary Hitler, and it's him as Hitler.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
shit.
telling you, it's outlandish, but like a
Mhm.
lot of it, hits really hard. But like the thing that kind of bothers me about Buddy Daddy is that like I hope that they don't continue to jump all over the place and finally set
Yeah,
like the right balance,
the
because
tone.
if they
Mhm.
keep jumping, you know, they could lose the impact of certain actions or events later down the line,
I could see that. I agree with that.
you know.
That's why I was curious as if it was like a good all over the place or
I mean,
like
right now I think it's fine because they're not
okay.
I don't think it
It's
really
still pretty early too.
yeah, it hasn't really
Uninvested.
established what's going on. But
That's
once
fair.
again, I always feel like when you watch an original anime, like you gotta have, your
Was Buddy
tone.
Daddy's original too?
Yeah.
Oh
So
shit.
I think Buddy Days and High Card. I actually looked something up. They said like High Card had a manga by Square Enix, but I was like, there's no information on the manga itself, so
Mhm.
I don't think there really is like a companion piece to it.
Mhm.
So
Oh, okay. The last one is
near,
near
we'll just call it near.
onomatopoeia.
We'll just call it near.
Onomatopoeia.
I mean, it just
Meow.
follows the events of the game. Honestly, it's pretty predictable so
So
far.
I was gonna ask you guys. 'Cause I haven't played the game. Is it like pretty
Yeah, like if
like
you
with the
watch
game?
the recent episodes are showing like the parts that I think when most players got to it were like,
Mhm.
what the fuck am I watching? Because
I could see that because I was just like,
because it's really
eh,
confusing watching robots hump each other. Simulate sex,
Nice.
right? Because
question that.
My favorite part.
they do that in the game. My
Really?
Cup Dog was like watching with like glee and popcorn. This is good. I watch for the robots diddling. Um,
This is what I like.
it really depends on you. Like honestly, like if you never played the game
Yeah,
and
I
you're just
have
like
not.
excited to watch it, it's gonna confuse the shit out of you. Like, how is it
I
that these robots
yeah,
have created like a human,
yeah.
right? And how did that fucking or that cyborg, that android,
Mhm.
create like another fucking? How did a human spawn from that who could bleed
Yeah.
and all that stuff like that? That's why it'll throw you for a loop. I promise you, it makes sense. Like, hopefully near the end, you'll kind of get it.
I'm just trying to take it with like face value because like I'm one that like I always question things when I watch it. So I'm just like this whole time I'm like, what the fuck? What the
I mean,
fuck?
it's
What the
interesting
fuck?
because they're given to be more like, I would say, agency in terms of like how things are actually. She's kind of looking around like, what the fuck is going on? Like, she seems to be more
Yeah,
aware because in the
like aware,
game,
like cognitive. Yeah.
yeah, in the game, she's like just kind of a character
I was gonna say,
for
well,
the
it's
most
hard
part.
too in a game because you're just playing the character that they've set, you know.
Yeah, you're controlling it,
Mhm.
but I would say like literally shot for shot, pretty much so far.
Really?
There have been like so
Yeah,
I wouldn't say too much deviation. I think the introduction of that the rebel leader Brad is new, right? I don't think she was in the
yeah,
game.
I think so. Eh, out of the 4, um, out of the 4 animes, I think it's my least enjoyable.
So he's changed his mind. He went from
I
Buddy
kind of
Daddies
agree with
last
that one.
week
Yeah,
to
Yeah, no, Buddy
near.
Daddy's is
yeah.
up in the room, in
I
the
mean, it's not
ranking.
that it's bad, it's just, like, it is the game, right?
Yeah.
It's I mean, the fact that it's a Square Enix game and a lot of their games are very story based,
Mhm.
the games also kind of play like a movie or, like as a show. So
Oh,
when you just
that's a good point.
make the game a show that's already kind of like a show,
Yeah,
you don't get a lot of variance there.
it's kind of hard too because like it's a philosophical game that required multiple
Yeah.
playthroughs. You have to play it like I think 5 times through.
Oh, shit. I
And
remember you saying that last episode, I
the
think.
interaction that you have in that game, like some of the things you actually do, like that's why certain parts hit like really hard. And
Mhm,
if they introduce certain characters that are from like the near series, which they could, I
mhm,
think a lot of people are gonna be lost about what's happening. So we'll see
mhm.
how that goes. But like so far, I'm like, you know, wake me up if something new happens or something different happens. People are probably gonna enjoy it because like they want to see the faithful adaptation like a
Yeah.
game series that they love, I'm completely cool with
hmm
that. But with
hmm
Nier, I'm just, you know, it's there. It's part of the new Winter
Yeah.
2023. So
I kind of agree, and I could see if you really like the game that you're excited for it to be animated and whatnot. I mean, like you said, it's kind of already animated in the game, but like it's different. It's like an anime now. But for me, I kind of agree with Cuppy Dog. It's out of the four that we've been watching, it's the one that I'm like,
yeah.
oh, that's okay.
See, that was
So
a
Oh,
I'm
short.
yeah.
sorry,
That was a
sorry,
short
fans.
bit. It was a
Yeah.
short bit. Yeah, tell your community. That's what I'm saying, Bean. Tell Nier's in the back.
You're in the back.
All
See,
right.
cool. Be ready to fight him. Okay, so for part two of this podcast, I wanted to get your guys. Well, actually, no. Even before getting your opinions, I want to talk about 10 suggestion for me. So I watched. I had a job. Okay, he gave me an assignment to do like a month
She
ago that
failed.
I
She,
did not. Okay,
well,
you
hold on,
should
hold
be
on.
glad.
Let's hear her out first.
Thank you. Hear me out. Okay.
Nope.
Bean's looking down,
Sorry.
disappointed
Continue.
at you.
My bad.
Beans
Sorry.
literally like
Bean's like,
let
what?
him cup dog.
Yeah.
Let her.
I was just trying to
Um.
find the limit, and I think I found it.
Is
So
that
I started Autopsy and I started Gundam.
the
Is
witch
it
from Mercury?
The Witch from Mercury? I always want to put Mercury first.
Yeah.
So I want to start off with Autopsy. Brad, have you watched Autopsy at all? I can't remember.
I watched the first 2 episodes, and
Okay.
Otokawa,
I don't
the
know, it was just
walrus.
confusing. I really
Really?
didn't.
I really enjoy it. Really. Like I think the intro was phenomenal, like definitely in my alley.
Told you.
I see what you mean by the characters have very like thought out dialogue. You know what I mean? Like it felt so real. And sometimes when you have dialogue, it's very bantery and it's like, okay, like I get it. Like this one actually felt like reasonable.
Yeah, it felt like
And I thought
it felt like reasonable, like
y-
real conversations between people.
yeah, yeah, like that you would get. Like I thought the conversation, again, I'm sorry, I can't remember names, but with the main character and then
Otokawa,
the
yeah.
yeah, and the other guy in like the taxi, and he's just like, you're like, can I take a picture with you and like say all this because like it'll go viral? And he's like what? And then he leaves his fucking phone in the car, and then he's like, calls him, did we go viral? And literally, you just have the Twitter notification.
Yeah, it's
Should be dead.
Odd Taxi does a great job of in terms of social commentary.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's essentially a thriller for those who've never
hmm
watched it. It just features anthropomorphic animals, but there's a twist
hmm
to it. And it revolves around a murder mystery. So it's
See, I had no idea.
yeah.
I had no idea.
So
So I am.
it legitimately
Sorry,
like
go ahead.
everything. So every episode, I would say like matters. Like the dialogue, like you have to be key on certain
hmm
things. So if you're not
Oh, really?
paying attention to what they're saying or how
You might
things are
miss some
actually happening,
stuff.
yeah, you might actually miss some things. But
Okay.
when everything does come together near the end, it's like a
hmm
big oh shit. That makes a lot of sense
I'm so
because
excited. I think I'm gonna binge that tomorrow.
yeah, it has some of the like I said, it was just a very thoughtful anime.
hmm
And then I feel like when you watch a lot of shows recently, I would say like Vinland Saga is probably withstanding. Like there's a lot of cliches and tropes and stuff like that you see in a lot of anime, and sometimes the dialogue feels a bit too cringy or a bit too
hmm
reachy, you know. But Odd Taxi just they fucking nail it. It's like a Tarantino film sometimes. Like they're just
I could see that. Yeah,
yeah
honestly, that's actually a great analogy because there was a lot of times where I was just like, "This is so quirky,"
yeah
but in like a good way.
feels like they're actually having conversations between friends, you know.
Yeah,
Like
and like you can,
Otakaw's quips are like my favorite thing. Like every time like
yeah,
someone says something, he just like quickly shoots back like that makes no sense. Like what are you talking about? Like he's very
yeah,
weirded out by like people wanting to be like viral on social media because the kid
and he like
doesn't
calls it out on it
yeah because the
too.
kid doesn't understand the dangers of that too, right?
hmm
His near obsession with it pretty much is
hmm
like
Which is really relatable to now.
yeah, which is really relatable today. Which is why I thought like yeah, when you have this guy who just wants to be a cab driver, just kind of get there his
Just live
fucking
his
way.
life.
Yeah, essentially
I
what it is.
love, yeah, I love the bit where the again I don't know the name, but like the little monkey guy where he was in the bar and he's like going through like the Tinder or whatever. I was fucking dying, and then he
That's
changed
a
his income, and I was
yeah,
like,
that's another thing, right? Like you have
yeah,
like they pretty much like have commentary on like dating and
yeah.
today, where it's like you're an older individual, right? How do
Mhm.
people value
You're not
you?
making a lot. Yeah, exactly, and how do you value yourself as well.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that, like, the connecting in real life application. Oh my god, like, the Bruce Springsteen bit had me dead. He's like, "Say Bruce Springsteen 3 times fast. Bruce Springsteen, Bruce Springsteen." That shit had me dead. But I'm very interested to see how it's gonna go because, I don't wanna spoil anything for people who haven't watched it. But, with the kind of the underlying plot, I'm confused, but I'm also curious.
Yeah, you'll be
With
confused for a bit, but that's because
That's okay.
it's like a who done it at times.
Yeah, and I feel like it's meant to be like that.
Yeah. It's
But,
meant to
like,
be confusing.
it's pulled me in, like, immediately pulled me in when, he was talking to, yeah, I don't know for sure, but talking to homegirl at his house, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"He's getting investigated," and I'm like,
That's what you
so,
think.
It's what you
was
think.
I
I
was
I
very, very pleased with it.
yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything, obviously. You can
It's
just
okay.
message me when you get done watching
Yeah.
it.
Is that
In my
I thought it was
depressive
gonna
state tomorrow, I'm gonna
I thought it was
watch
gonna be like Crazy Taxi, but it was nothing like Crazy Taxi, so
it.
Crazy
I was
Taxi.
Crazy.
It's unfortunate. That'd be weird. We got anthropomorphic animals just driving you around town. Pick me up. Yeah, like I said, like everyone who saw when the trailer dropped, I think it's like 2021. People were like, "Come on now." And then
Mhm.
I remember watching it because I liked the music and I liked the
Yeah.
dialogue in the trailer. And I watched it, and I was
Mhm.
like, "This is probably one of the best fucking anime I've ever seen."
It's pretty
So
good.
yeah, I
So
mean,
we'll see how
and
it
it
goes.
did
It
it
might
in
be at my
and
top.
it did it in 13 episodes, which is very
Only
fucking
13?
rare. Yeah, it's a short anime. You'll
Is it a
binge it.
manga?
I think they made a manga afterwards.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how they if anything is successful, right? They're like,
Yeah.
let's roll right into it.
All right. Very good. Next one. So the Gundam. So I just want to say this. I don't want to offend anybody, but I am not a big Gundam person. I'm not a big mech person. I think the only mech that I've watched,
Thank God
alright,
Jack's not here.
we're now doing this episode
no, I'm
monthly?
sorry.
Sorry.
It's
Well,
because I'm not
it,
not
it
versed because I might change my mind. But the only one I've ever watched was Gurren Lagann, and that's definitely in my top 10. It's one of my favorites.
oh yeah,
Yeah, fuck you. Any whoosies. But
what did I say?
I was very surprised. Again, I really enjoyed the first episode.
Did you watch episode
Um,
0? Was that the
did not
first?
watch episode 0. I'm sorry.
There's even
Jumped
that.
in episode 1.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna tell you, episode 0 is actually the real start because it kind
Oh,
of
is it?
it gives background to
God damn it. I
yeah.
asked my friend, I was like, should I start episode
I
0? Nah, jump to episode 1.
I would tell you that like episode 0 is probably the most like Gundam-esque episode because when
It's
people
okay.
think of Gundam, they're
'Cause of
like,
the
oh,
Gundams.
they think
Gundams.
like, oh, the mechs and the fighting. It's like, bro, I don't know. There's a compilation on TikTok. People are like, "Oh, the Witch from Mercury looked like really wholesome," and then they showed like what Gundam really was about, and they showed like war
Mhm.
in cities, people getting fucking like families getting killed, all that shit. In episode 0, they do not bullshit about what happens. Like when they
Damn.
get attacked, there are people getting just eviscerated.
Damn, I'll probably have to watch it then.
It was fucking insane. But
Yeah,
yeah, go
because I
ahead.
got like a rundown of like Gundams because I was like, what's the difference between like a Gundam and like a mech? And like I didn't know that like in theory like Gundams can like kill the user, like lack for
Yeah,
a better term.
it's like a
No
neurological
idea.
link, right?
Yeah, I
Think
mean,
of like
I kind of compared it to Pacific Rim.
there you go. Think of like
Yeah,
Pacific Rim, but with one
yeah,
person,
and
right?
that made more sense to me. I was like, I
Yeah.
see. So I thought that was pretty cool too. Um,
Tell the
but I
reason
don't
why
know, I
you really
really
like
enjoyed
it.
it. So the main character, even though I'm always a sucker for like underdog, like
Nah, that's
weak
not it.
characters.
That's not it. What are you
The
hoping
half
for?
naked guys.
No, 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 no. What are you hoping for?
Oh,
I did like the ending of the first episode.
Why
Um,
is that? Go ahead, tell me.
um, because the main character won a duel and became engaged to the other girl, and hashtag
so
Yuri stands unite.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Brad? He said,
I
yeah.
didn't say anything.
You lying.
He said what?
You fucking lying. He's like, ew.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow. All right, we're gonna have to change this to once a month just because Cup Dog.
The Witch from Mercury is probably, I would say, as you go along, it becomes more Gundam-esque.
Yeah.
Like,
Which I
and
don't mind. Like, I
I
thought it was
think
pretty badass.
a
I loved the fight.
continuation of the show is happening in April. So the
Really?
second
Okay,
part of
cool.
it,
Cool. So I
which
can
I'm
binge it.
assuming is going to like really, really jump into like the Gundam universe.
Which
Because
makes sense because I feel like this is just like the, almost like the prologue, like building up.
as Brad and I know, when you watch like Iron Blood Orphans,
Oh God.
that
I
is
heard it's
Great
so
iron
sad.
and
a
bloody.
harsh reminder of what Gundam is. I mean, it's I
Oh
think Brad,
God.
would you say it's a realistic depiction of like what, Gundam, like if you would see war between like orbital suits and shit like that, like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
you're you're gonna
it's
see people getting crushed in fucking their mechs and stuff like that,
Oh
stabbed through the chest.
God.
Yeah. I haven't seen stuff like that since like Neon Genesis. That was that's a fucking
He
brutal
said
ass
that
anime.
was.
I don't know if you ever watch that, you're gonna get fucking sad and
I
confused.
think I've watched a couple episodes and it was just not my thing.
Yeah, you get sad and confused. That's very philosophical
That's
take.
that's my two that I hate. I hate being sad and I hate being confused.
Yeah, the
We'll
Witch
get
from Mercury, I
ready
was like,
for
I said it was the most wholesome because it feels like Gundam school, Gundam at
Hmm.
school. But then
Yeah.
like you know, obviously there's some darker undertones there.
Which I
Like
mean, I'm fine with.
I would say watch episode 0. So
Okay.
it'll give you like real background to like some of the
Hmm.
characters. And the
Okay.
conflict at large, that's something I know your friend probably told you not to. I was like, why would you say that? Because it actually tells you about what the conflict is. And it sets
Oh,
you up
okay.
for
Fuck you, Shock.
that.
He's gonna listen to this. Screw you.
Let them know.
That's the one that I wanted on next week's.
Oh, he's,
I don't know
oh,
if I should trust him anymore.
that the Valentine's Day.
No, well, no, no,
I'm
no.
sorry, Brad.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Brad. You have to edit 2 episodes next
Yeah,
week.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
Bro. Thanks, Cup Talk. We love you.
Don't worry. If we do a giveaway, right? We'll just have Brad win one on
There
accident.
you go. On accident. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
Come on, Cup Dog. All right. So the last bit I had before questions was just real quick. So, like I was saying earlier, I was going through a 2022 recap video. I forget the guy, but he's like super popular on like YouTube. His edits are really good. It's like really
Gygook?
quirky. Who?
PewDiePie. Yeah.
Gygook?
Yes, that guy. So tell me about Bo Foodie. Which one is that about? Bo Foodie.
It's
Is that
actually
the one where they're all singers? All
No.
no.
musicians?
No,
No?
that's
Which one is
Bochi
this
the
one?
Rock.
Bochi the Rock. That was one
Yeah.
that I was interested in.
When I told you
Pretty
about
much the
that, I
same thing.
messaged you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah, it
love
sounded familiar.
Bochi the Rock, by the way. Bochi the Rock is probably one of the funniest, and I would say for a lot of people, one of the most relatable like anime
That's what I've
ever seen.
heard,
It is
especially when it comes to like what social anxiety and
yes,
stuff
the
like that.
writing in
Yeah,
it is fucking fantastic. I was blown away by the first
really.
episode, and I
I
loved the
like
entire.
the animation from what I've seen.
Oh
Like
no,
the
that was kind of stunning too. I was like, wow, you guys went
yeah,
hard as shit in a
yeah, and
fucking
I like that, and that's what kind of like lured me in. I
kind of
think
like
so.
a
I think I'm
school,
gonna give
kind
that
of
one
like
a
a
shot.
School of Rock anime. I was like,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
why
yeah.
is Bochi killing it right now? What the fuck is going
And
on?
they're
Why do I
like
like
what? Were
this?
they like number 8 on Spotify, right?
I something, but it was crazy
Yeah,
watching
it's
that
insane.
anime. I was like, this is good. And I was like, this is
Yeah, so
great,
that's one I wanna get into.
definitely. But you want to talk about Bo Fury,
Okay, what is that one again?
Brad? What is Bo Fury?
Tell me.
It's a game about a girl.
God damn it, Cut Dog. Why did I even ask?
So it's a game about a like a virtual reality game,
Mhm.
and the girl that the main character, when she starts playing, she doesn't want to get hurt, so she basically puts all of her skill points into defense. And the AI that created the game like
Mhm.
never expected anyone to do that because that doesn't seem fun.
That makes sense.
So they so like everything's broken for her, right? She's
Makes
like she basically walks up to the first boss and just
Mhm.
eats it because it can't damage her.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny, and then it just
I think I might
compounds.
have to watch that. It's kinda funny.
Like every episode just gets more like outrageous than
Is
the
she
She's
last one.
almost like One Punch Man, but defense mode.
isn't she
Pretty
like
much,
too
yeah,
far OP right now? Right, like she can't like be touched. I think I haven't watched the second season, but I assume like
yeah. I
How
watched
many
the first
seasons are
episode.
there?
they
Uh,
just the second just came out in
yeah,
winter
Oh,
2023.
okay. Oh, okay, okay.
Which I knew Brad was gonna watch. I was like, that's why I kept telling him, I was like, hey man, first episode's up. He's like, I know, I've watched
Oh,
it.
I've already seen it.
I've actually only watched the first episode of season
Oh,
2. The
Top
like
Dog, how dare you?
the first season's great just because of how OP she gets.
Mhm,
Like the first episode, she falls asleep in the level 1 area,
mhm.
and when she wakes up, there's like a bunch of like forest animals like attacking her, and she just wakes up and she gets an achievement that like take like 1,000 consecutive hits without dying. So then her defense like triples,
That's
and
awesome.
then
Wait,
and
that's
then
actually
like
really fucking funny.
That's
yeah, and then
The
she
fuck?
she gets the first boss that she encounters. It's like a poison dragon thing.
Uh-huh.
So she increases her resistance by poisoning by letting it spit poison at her, and she just
Mhm.
basically just uses all of her healing potions at 1 HP so she can like continuously get hit by the poison. So she eventually becomes immune to poison, and then that's when
Mhm.
she eats the dragon. And when she eats the dragon, she gains the power to summon the poison dragon and basically spew poison on everything.
This just sounds like a
It's a
fucking
it's a
chaos,
comedy, right?
but I love it.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a comedy.
Yeah.
I really need to watch this. This sounds so funny.
It
And
also
then
sounds like there's an anime that came out, I think last year, where like this witch, all she did was kill like slimes or something like that, and then she became like the most powerful fucking character in the world. And there,
It sounds like a light novel that I like to read. It's like called The Moonlight Sculptor. And essentially like he does like really like weird shit that like nobody would even do. And it like levels him up, like his defense, for example, and he's just becomes so OP. But he does like weird stuff like that. So that's kind of what it reminds me of.
okay, okay,
Okay, there was another one, but I don't remember the name. So it's gonna be like a really
describe it to me.
bad yeah, really bad description. So oh my god, do I even remember? He it's guy. I'm pretty sure it's a comedy. And he either is like I'm really
yeah,
trying to think of it and it's gonna drive me insane. Stop. I can
Dragon Ball
see
Z.
Cup Doug's judgment.
Dragon Ball Z.
Um
Get,
I don't want to say he's like a gangster, but like the name, the title has like yo or dog in it or something.
I
Yogi.
have
No,
no clue.
not ringing a bell.
No.
All right, we're gonna put a pin in that, and I'm gonna do some research. I'm gonna
Uh,
come back with
like
that
I
one.
think for
I see
2022,
it.
I pretty much was like ranking
I
of
see it in my
kings,
head.
Licorice Recoil,
Bochi
a-
my king.
Bochi, Attack on Titan, honestly, because I wanted to see how they translate
Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
that's fair. I think my last question that I had before we can answer the questions was, I mean, I feel like I already know the answer,
The Q and A, the
but
Q and A.
yeah, the Q&A before the Q&A. Well, because you guys are like the experts, man. You
Who?
know.
I am
Brad,
not the expert.
Okay, sorry, not Cup Dog, but you.
Brad is actually like a good observer. Like he learns very
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
How like overall do you feel about 2023 like winter anime compared to like the bops that we had in 2022?
Solid. I mean,
Solid.
Vinland
I'm
Saga
just waiting for the
season 2's
remake of
out.
Dragon Ball GT.
There you go, baby. It's not ever gonna happen. He's just being an
I know.
ass. But Vinland Saga season 2 is out right
I did
now.
watch episode 1 of the first season.
Yeah.
Um, Kinda hurt my heart a little bit.
Oh well,
It
only episode
wasn't even
one.
that deep.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
you
Yeah.
haven't gone enough.
I haven't even dived in, but it I can see
Just
why people
I
like
just
it.
want people to like who's listening. Vinland Saga, I understand that when you saw all the action and the graphic violence in season 1, that's what people expected for the entire series. That is
Mhm.
not how this fucking is going to go. That is not
Really?
how Vinland Saga
Is
goes, no.
season 2 more chill or like
No, season 2 is more about Thorfinn, the main
yeah,
character,
yeah.
and his development as a character.
Oh, okay.
And like it
Good.
legitimately, I think season 2 is probably going to be a lot heavier in terms of like, themes of depression, maturation,
Okay,
trauma,
that
that
makes
type of
sense.
stuff.
I could see that.
Like
From
there's
what I'm anticipating on happening, I could
I
see
see a
that.
lot of people hating on season 2 so far. Well, some people are like upset because like, oh, why isn't there more action or violence? I'm like, bro, that's not the point. It's not the point.
Mhm,
Like the manga is like 291 chapters in, right? Just
mhm,
about, and pretty much
mhm.
like it's just the story of like this individual who recognizes. I mean, I think the first episode said this. Thor is his father. He said,
Yeah.
he says, you have no enemies, right? It's like,
Mhm.
so you have to remember that line because it's going to serve you well throughout the entire series because Thorfinn
Okay.
eventually comes up to a point where he's like, I have no enemies, right? So he
Mhm,
sees, there's all these different views clashing with one another. There's like nihilism, fucking
mhm,
non-violence, all that type of stuff, right? Going through
mhm.
different means to like people will have the same idea or goal, but they go about them in different ways.
Good.
Okay.
A lot of the
I
character
respect
growth is
that.
fantastic. So,
Which I'm a big fan of character development, so I think I would like it.
I mean, it's one of those like because in the first season, Thorfinn kind of seems like a one note character at times,
Okay. Well,
but
I mean, isn't he really young? Like, I know
well,
he's not going to be a
that's
kid the
that
whole
that's the,
time,
that's
but
the thing that I kind of got frustrated with when I see people like complain about it. I'm like, he's a kid. Season one's a prologue,
yeah.
so if it's the
Oh,
fucking prologue, season two and on is going to talk about
Yes.
his development as a
Yeah,
character.
growing up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like that's a no-brainer.
yeah, and so it covers a lot of really like heavy topics. I told you like it
Mhm.
doesn't feel like an anime,
Yeah.
right? It feels like a historical fiction, and I'll stand
Mhm.
by that. It's
Yep.
like it feels like Vikings or something else, right? One of those shows where
Mhm.
they take a character and they put a spin on it, but it doesn't feel like it should be an anime at all. Like
Okay.
that and like Odd Taxi just don't feel like anime at times.
I'm so excited to keep watching Odd Taxi.
There
I'm literally gonna be spamming you tomorrow.
there's cliches and tropes I know that that show up at
And it
times,
happens, yeah.
but
But,
those are
like, majority of
but
it
yeah, for the
is
bulk of it, it just doesn't feel like your normal anime. Like, cause you can get
yeah.
like the really weird faces and cute things happen. And I was
Mhm.
like, the Vinland Saga gets fucking dark, and like it kind of stays there for a little
Mhm.
bit. But I think I would say the message is a little better than Attack on Titan. you know,
Fuck fuck
depends
Attack on Titan.
that once
that's
again
because
depends
Attack on
on you.
Titan's terrible. That's why.
That's the only time I'll ever agree with Cup Dog.
I mean, people,
Nice.
it's kind of the truth. I mean, people see Attack on Titan, they're like, it's very grim, right?
Mhm.
Has one of the, I guess people talk, say it's like the best character turn, but I'm like, I told people, I'm like, you guys are in the wrong if you support Aaron. Like, I'm just pointing that shit
Yeah,
out there.
that's just
When you
the only
get to
reason
that
you
part,
support him is because he's hot. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. I mean, essentially, I was like, he's like, I ride or die with my boy. I'm like, your boy rides or die with genocide. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not
Literally murder, guys. It does no
that.
wrong a
Yeah,
wrong to a wrong does not make a right.
like this guy has this crazy ability, right? This ability of foresight. He does a lot of crazy things in the
Mhm.
manga. I'm like, even he admits that he was fucking just, it was like his only path forward. But it was like if you're a child, that would be like your path forward.
Yeah, but you were a grown ass
You
person.
know, that
And
was
you
like,
have people there who would support you and help you. I'm sorry,
yeah,
that's just me.
it's a
Like, I
very
know it's easier said than done, but, that was the whole thing. You have all these people supporting you,
and
and you're just like
and that's the really important thing about Vinland Saga is that like eventually Thorfinn finds individuals who are not trying to enable, you
Yeah.
know, these violent habits, right? He like
Mhm.
when you meet one of the characters named Askeladd, he's probably, he acts as an antagonist, but really he's not so much if you actually listen to like you get to a point where you hear his backstory, you're like, they're kind of similar.
Okay.
He's an excellent character. It just kind of, it just yeah, I recommend Vinland Saga for like
Oh,
everybody.
fair enough, fair enough. I agree
Well,
with you.
I beg to differ, but okay.
Except for
Oh,
Cup Dog, I recommend More Fury. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Sounds
Absolutely.
about right with Cup Dog.
The more happy stuff. All right, what do you got,
Our
Chibi? Questions from the
last
community.
thing
Oh,
last thing yep, sorry, go ahead.
who's the Q? Who's reading the Q&A? Is it Brad?
I feel like Cup Dog Brad should be the one to do it. He always does really well.
So how many questions did we get?
I think we
Just
got 7 this
okay.
time.
Thank God.
Which is
I don't
fine.
know what they say, but
There's like 30 of them. Oh,
Okay.
this time I didn't plug it in my stream because I haven't streamed in a week, so
Okay. So the first one's not really a question, and my
okay.
wife might come in here after I say this, but odd taxi. That's the question.
Yes, yes, don't worry, guys. We started it, and if you listen to this whole episode, you'll know I'm excited for the rest.
it's a great anime. I recommend everybody watch.
Yeah. So definitely,
Don't be
I
turned off
recommend
by
it for
the
those.
anthropomorphic animals. And
Yeah,
yes,
honestly, guys, just welcome to the furry cold. Okay, it's okay.
that's not what that is. My God. Anyway,
Actually, the exact same thing.
next question, Brad Cupdog.
Thoughts on the current state of anime overall? Such a
Oh.
generic question, but one that has to be answered.
Okay, don't worry, guys. I think it's a great question.
Well,
Top dog, how
it's because
about
you
you
have
go first?
it's because you have terrible judgment. That's why you think. Just kidding.
Why did I do to Brad, bro?
It's
All right.
nothing
The
personal.
question
Nothing personal.
of this week should be is why is Brad bullying Chibi?
I have been nice, I think, this entire podcast. I got told to fuck off for some reason. I didn't do anything, but all right, Brad, go ahead. Answer the question.
Dude, they're 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 taking some risks. They're kicking
Are,
tails, taking names.
are they?
Mm-hmm.
You
You
have
want to
no idea.
elaborate?
I don't know. This is like really my first, like, with the exception of like individual shows, this is the first time that I've really branched out into animes.
Mhm.
So I can't
I
really
just love you. Go.
say,
I don't know.
yeah, I
I,
really can't say like what it is compared to what it was because I really don't know. I mean,
well, I mean,
I went from Dragon Ball Z to
Feel free.
Vash Stampede stuff.
well, I mean, you went from like, let's say, 4 to 5 notable anime a year, maybe, to like 20, right? Because there's just so much stuff coming out. I think with
Mm-hmm. That's
winter
true.
2023, there's probably like 8 to
There's
9
so
things worth
many.
watching, maybe more. I
There,
have
I was just going through the list earlier, and there is so many that I didn't
right.
even know were out.
You have Vinland Saga season 2. You have Bungo's Stray Dogs season 4.
True.
You
What
have
else do you have?
fuck. You have There's that one fluff anime I was telling Chibi about, like the
Oh
ice
my god,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, wholesome content. You got both
Oh, I
Yuri
forgot about
season 2.
Tomo-chan that I
Yeah,
need to
you
watch.
got Tomo-chan. And that was a very hyped one because
Yeah.
everyone loved the manga, which is
Honestly,
like
I really like it, and I forgot all about it, so I need to watch that one too.
yeah. There's
Um,
a ton of shit out right now.
there's another fucking isekai one that we need to stop.
There's 3 isekai that are pretty
Oh
much
my
the
god,
same
can we
thing.
stop? Unless it's
Nope.
romance,
There
isekai,
no,
don't talk to me.
actually it's crazy. There's 3 anime right now that I swear to God are the same. It's like about sorcerers. One's like
Mm-hmm.
the Ice Blade sorcerer. One's like a sorcerer who's just like I guess the strongest mage or some shit, and the other one's like
Mm-hmm.
another one. It seems like I was like Mashoko Tensei got so fucking popular, and that's a phenomenal anime by the way, Mashoko
Mm-hmm.
Tensei. That people were like, we should really copy that and just jump
We
on that
should
bandwagon.
copy and paste and put it in a different font.
They literally did. It's literally 3 anime that I feel like are the same anime.
I'm just so tired of seeing isekais. Like, I don't know,
Well,
man. I think that's
it's not just isekai. It's like it's just like anime that like you know one catches fire and then there's like 10 of them that follow, and
no,
it's like
I'm just tired of isekai. No, no, I agree with you though. It's because they think I mean, essentially it's like, okay, this one's popular. Let's try it again. Again, copy paste different font.
right before it was like I guess Sword Art Online was the most popular, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
everyone was like, I want a piece of that action,
Yeah.
and it
It's like
spawned.
fanfics gone wrong.
Well, it's like the light novel like craze now, right? There's a lot of
Oh,
light
true, true,
novels that
true.
have just
Oh my god, there's so many.
there's 86, which was great last year. There
Yeah.
was there's that one that's like a spider light novel that became an
Oh
anime,
god.
which is
It
like
sounds
it's fun.
delicious.
It's like it's actually super fucking dark.
I think I know exactly
It
which
starts
one you're
off I
talking
guess
about.
like adorable and then like it gets darker and darker. I think
Really?
Licorice Recoil was a light novel, but I think Licorice Recoil is like you'd love that.
Mm-hmm.
You would because it has, some undertones you enjoy, you know. And the animation's fantastic.
Another
Um
plus.
yeah, so I mean like you went from like 4 to 5 like a year that you talk about,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then there's the big shonen jump with,
Yeah.
Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. I mean One Piece was first, then Naruto, then Bleach. And then yeah, now we're just like shit. You, and
Kill
then
it.
then there's obviously shorter seasons. So I
That's
think there
very true. I didn't think about that.
well, I think the reason why is because a lot of shonen, I think a lot of people, a lot of studios know there's a lot of money in there, right? There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of merchandising, stuff like that. So if we make them, continuous episodes like MHA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your animation quality is going to drop and take a dip sometimes, especially when you're
Mm-hmm.
going from filler episode to
The
arc,
main plot.
right?
Yeah.
And with like Demon Slayer, you are straight. It's just arcs the entire time.
Yeah.
So I think we got 12 episodes
Sharks?
of the
Love sharks.
Sharks.
arcs,
Oh,
buddy.
yeah, same
Yeah,
thing.
sharks. Shark do
Arc.
do 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 do.
And then so you went from the Demon Train arc to
Mm-hmm.
what are we going
The
to?
red light
Yeah, the Red
district.
Light District arc, the Entertainment District, or whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is, and
Yeah.
then you're now going into the Swordsman
To the
Village.
yeah,
Yeah, the Sword Village.
which is
So,
gonna be interesting.
which is gonna be fucking dope because that's an
Mm-hmm.
excellent part of the manga. And then literally no bullshit. It's gonna jump to the end.
Yeah. No, it is. I remember reading it. Mm-hmm.
My question is, Or are you gonna pull off the Attack on Titan where you just take part 4, season 4, the finale, and put it into 4 parts?
It makes no sense. Just fucking end it. I'm sorry. I'm
I th-
tired of
Nope.
hearing Aaron.
and they're gonna do the same with Jujutsu Kaisen, right? So
Good.
I think the Shibuya arc is too long. That's a
Dude, the
fucking
Shibuya arc fucking
that's
hurts me. I had to stop.
the
I
Shibuya arc
stopped.
is
You know
super
exactly where
long.
I stopped.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say where I stopped.
What's crazy about the Shibuya arc is that it's
Everywhere you
really
stopped
long.
everywhere.
That's legitimately you could break that into 3 parts if you wanted to. If you want to make money as Mappa, that's a 3-parter.
Sorry, your co-host is angry.
Was you calmed
The-
games.
I am pretty mad.
Not you were
Sorry,
talking
that was
about
actually
Bean.
Cup Dog. That
Talking
was
about a
Cup
real
Dog
dog.
barking.
All
Okay,
right.
next question.
What's the next question, Brad?
Oh, next question.
Jesus Christ.
What are
gotta go
your
room.
thoughts on my life as Inukai sans dog, and why is it a 10?
What is that?
Why are they
Wait.
making that into an anime?
What are your thoughts as my
No.
life as
What is that?
Inukai
All right.
sans dog, and
All
why is it
right.
10?
First off,
A
they
weird
should
question.
not be making that shit into an anime.
Yeah, they should make it into a
No, they shouldn't have made they are adapting things
claymation
from
movie.
manga just out of like
What the
random
fuck am I
interest.
looking at?
Are you seeing it?
Everything.
Brad, you can type it up right now too, right?
All right, next question.
Yeah. Next question.
It is a
Who was-
0. Fucking weirdos.
That is true. Who was the best
gotta
anime girl
purge-
of the
sorry, I gotta-
2010s?
I gotta purge my Google real quick.
Oh my god, 2010s? Who the fuck would it be?
2010s. Mine's probably gonna be a rom-com one. Okay. Top 2010. Let's see. Yo, Celty. Have you guys ever watched Aurora?
Yeah.
Such a good one.
Brad
I
has
love
not.
Celty.
Don't say Brad would not know any of that stuff.
I would not know what
I
anything
can't
is
believe
right
you've
now.
never watched Aurora. That was a classic.
I honestly I don't remember. I think like
Misaki. I'd say Misaki from Maid Sama. That was probably my favorite.
that's a person.
That's 2010. Best anime girl. Is that the question?
Let me see cheer.
Good question.
The fuck? How do I know?
Mine's probably biased because I really liked her.
Who
the fuck voted Ruko from Kill la Kill? I'm sorry, what?
I mean, you could vote Chica, right? From Kaguya.
You're right. I'm
For
sorry,
Love is
Misaki. I
War.
take it back. Chica. That's my answer. I'm locking it in.
Oh,
Chica, best
man.
girl. The Chica dance.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to look at names right now.
I mean, there's a lot of good ones. I mean,
Got
are we talking about
Violet
early
Evergarden.
2000s?
Sailor Moon. It's probably gonna
I
be my
think
pick.
Sailor Moon did have an
Sailor
anime
Moon's
in 2010. Yeah.
Did it?
That's what I'm saying.
It had the remake.
Sure. Yeah, we'll
You're
go with that.
lucky. He said we'll go with that. You're lucky.
I think I also like the Kane from Psycho Pass. I think she was pretty badass
True.
too.
Yeah.
Let me think. Who's the other character? There's somebody else. Oh, Violet Evergarden too. Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of people's.
I mean, it's fucking. She's a good character. A lot of people probably like Mikasa or Tatsumaki from like One Punch Man. Who is this sassy little child?
Me.
It's right in the name.
Or everyone else's favorite girl would be like what 02, right?
Bro, that's so basic though.
Darling in the Franxx.
Sorry.
Everyone loves her. Everyone.
Why?
Why? Watch Darling in the Franxx. You'll find it.
I watched one of those synopsis videos and that was good enough for me.
That was essentially what I mean. Yeah, they'll explain it.
It was the same guy who I talked about did the other video.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it was great.
Crazy.
Okay,
Yeah,
next question.
Geiger is that guy.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Debatable.
Oh, Cup Dog feeling feisty today.
He was feisty.
I'm
in
always
the fucking
feisty.
last podcast too. Hating on Fortnite.
You're welcome. That's all I gotta say. Keeping it real up in
I have
here.
to edit that and clip it into a short too. I keep trying to. It's just so
Do you,
difficult.
okay, so the next one. Do you think the Nier anime does the story overall justice? If so, Or if not, is there more you love to see them dive more into?
I mean, it's a
I
good
feel
question.
like I'm not qualified for this one, so
We
that one's
we
probably a
talked
you
about it.
guys
I mean,
one.
I think it's
Yeah,
shot for shot. So I think that
yeah.
it's faithful so far. I don't think they're gonna. I don't know what substantial changes you could make. I just want to see how they're
Mhm.
gonna handle the entire cycle of like rebirth. You know, if they handle it. Maybe there's something they may make a change to, but I don't know. Right now, I think it's fine. I do want to see what they do with that rebel leader. Like, what purpose is she gonna serve? Is she just gonna be
Oh,
like
'cause didn't you say
another?
she was new?
Yeah, she's actually new to the plot. I
Mhm.
wonder if she's just gonna be kind of like a player character, like or an audience. Like it's like the eyes of the audience, like when they see TV and
Mm,
9S.
mhm.
What do you think, Brad?
Yes.
Excellent. I can always count on Brad to give me eloquent answers. Sometimes less about Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
man.
Next
I
question.
mean, it is
Next
what it
question.
is until it's not.
It is.
That's pretty much it, except for how much does each of your guys' setups cost?
Oh, like
Let's do quick maths.
like the PC.
Yeah,
I'm
like
assuming,
everything.
yeah, like all
What
of
did
it.
I pay? What did I? How much did you?
Well, I mean, does my house go into it? Because
Does my
very
mortgage go
expensive
into that
is
too?
my.
Say about 18, close to 2,000, including all of my parts. Not just my PC, but like my monitors, my keyboard, my lights, my camera.
2,600. Just about. Yeah. Brad, what about you?
Uh, Probably a little bit more than 2,000 5
Mhm.
years ago.
Like,
I really haven't done any updates in at
let me
least 4
let, let
years.
me let me tell you guys right now. I'm shocked that he's running animes, right? Because I assume it has like some. It's
Mhm.
kind of taxing on your GPU. But let me tell you something about
True
Brad.
that.
Brad was trying to play Gotham Knights. And when you log into a game, they give you like, hey, here's your settings, recommended settings.
Mhm.
They said to Brad, I think for the first time, hey, we recommend medium.
Yeah, true. That is
That's a shot. That's a shot to the heart. Like if you
Yeah.
get told
like,
You can go
that you need
medium.
medium or low, bro, you need to.
You need to upgrade.
It
It's
may
it's
be a
time
time to
to
fucking
it's
upgrade.
time for a revamp.
They
It's time
shot when
to
they gave that shot at Brad. I was like, "Yo, are you okay?" He was like, "My feelings were hurt for a little bit." God damn.
God damn, I'm
What
feeling
did I do to
happens to
old.
deserve that
everyone.
Gotham Knights? You mid ass game. Actually, that game's honestly pretty fun. We like it.
Yeah,
Damn.
It's
I I've probably played it more solo than I have with friends, and it's much better with friends.
Yeah, definitely. Do not play Gotham Knights
By yourself.
solo. Play co-op. Yeah, it's pretty. It's
Same
actually
with
it's.
every game.
Oh, I mean, super interesting because like you can be as usually with like in multiplayer games like you can't really be that far apart with somebody.
Mhm.
Sometimes in a world you can be on opposite ends of the world of the map. Yeah, just doing random things too. And
For
everything
sure.
Brad was doing gave me experience. Everything I was doing gave him
That's
Yep.
kinda
experience.
dope. I like it when it does that instead of just like you just get like one base XP.
Yeah, but you only play Apex,
You don't know what I play outside of this.
Overwatch.
Nothing.
Are you playing
Anywhoosies,
School.
this was a
Persona
great
4?
podcast. Yo, I'm gonna play Golden on stream. Watch me.
Are you? I
I'm
don't.
gonna do
Not
it.
there.
I'm gonna post a poll right
Have
now
you guys
in
seen the
Discord.
anime for the Persona games?
I tried to, but it was not my cup of tea.
Yeah, 4 is not. It
Mm.
just felt
It
like
was
a
the
cash grab.
animation.
Yeah, the animation's
Yeah,
bad.
it was the animation. I couldn't do
Same
it.
thing
I
with
was like, the
5.
literally game is so much better.
I did not like 5's animation.
Yeah,
I don't
nope, didn't
Look
even
know.
who's
try.
talking.
Look who's talking. Me, motherfucker.
It looks there.
Me, motherfucker.
Me.
Me, bitch.
'Cause you
Brett.
are bad animation.
Brett. I know. That's true. God damn. Brad, did you play Persona 3 portable?
I have downloaded it, but I have not played it.
You should play it. It's really good.
It
I have
it
only played 4.
it portable. Like I didn't play portable. I played FES.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Fez. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't play Persona 3 portable. It threw me off because like you usually have more control of your character, and
Oh, yeah. It was a little bit different. The
it's
mechanics.
like mouse control, like kind of.
Yeah, and then you just teleport to a
Yeah,
place.
I was like,
Yeah.
this is throwing me the fuck off like really bad. I
Yeah.
didn't know they voiced
Oh, that's
everything
fair.
either in the portable
Really?
version. No,
Good.
that was
No.
pretty insane. I was like, that's pretty good for like a PSP port. You know what's a
Yes.
better PSP port, Brad? Crisis
Don't say
Core.
it. You better not.
Crisis
Nope.
Core.
Yeah, that
Crisis.
is true. It's a good game. It's a good game.
He said you
Like
better not say it.
like, it is definitely just a port. Like, they did absolutely nothing to that
They
game
did
to
nothing to
make it
that
any
game.
different.
It's gorgeous. If you like Final Fantasy, if you've never played Crisis Core ever,
I
and
started
it's
playing it on the PSP a long time ago.
right, it's $30.
Never finished it.
right, Brad? No,
40. I
40.
think it's 40.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
You can probably find it on a deal right now, but it's really good. You just have to maintain that thought that this is from a portable game. So there were like certain concessions made in terms of level design,
Mhm.
and they did not change that. But and the
Yeah.
other thing you're gonna get frustrated about, and me and Brad were very pissed off about this, was that they have the old PSP cutscenes and they
Mhm.
up-res them. And they did that
Poorly.
in conjunction
Mhm.
with the actual new updated engine. So those in-game engine cutscenes. So there's
Mhm.
that scene where Sephiroth is like, grabbing that Genova statue. And as he's reaching up, it's the in-game engine, and it looks phenomenal. But when he grabs it, it immediately jumps into like the PSP
Oh
cutscene, and it looks
no.
so bad.
So bad.
And then it
Why
jumps
would they
back,
do
and then
that?
it jumps back into the in-game engine. And I told Brad, and Brad was like, "I don't understand why they
Why
did
would they
that."
do that?
I don't know.
Like,
You think money
if
was a
it's that
problem, Brad?
obvious.
Uh,
It couldn't
I
have
don't
been
think it was a
money, right?
problem, but I don't think it was a problem. But I think it was more of like a priority. It was
I
like
Yeah,
suppose.
it's like do we want to spend the extra money and time?
I would have been
because
like, yeah,
I mean,
I
because
mean,
you
you wanna
if
make it nice.
because it's I don't know, Brad. Did you beat the game yet or no?
no, I haven't rebeat it.
It
I have beat the game, and I'm assuming it's exactly the same as
Yeah,
the PS4 version.
it's really frustrating because I'm telling you, man, the in-game stuff looks so good, and then because it's pretty much like I would say like a lesser version of the Final Fantasy VII remake engine, and then they put it in Crisis Core, and it's excellent, and then for some reason you have these really heartfelt scenes, and it jumps into like the PSP cutscene, and I'm like, well,
You're like, "Ah, never mind, moment's
I don't
gone."
want to watch that shit anymore.
You're like, "Moment is gone."
It's just like watching like the Persona games. Like if you don't want to play 100 hours, you can watch the anime, but the anime skips out on a
Yes.
bunch of good stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you could the Persona games just have so much to offer, and,
Yeah,
like, one playthrough is not enough.
it's not. Was that all the questions?
That was all the questions.
Look at that.
Solid,
I
thanks,
just want to say
guys.
to the community for Chibi, like, can you guys like not actually ask questions and not be fucking weird about some of the questions you ask? I think
Yo, no, leave them alone. They're trying their best. At least they're asking stuff,
the
kind of.
Inukai questions, they're so
I know who sent that one, and
fucking
he can catch these
weird.
hands.
Yeah, it's such a weird
True that.
thing.
True that.
Um,
We're not gonna talk about who sent that.
I
He
desperately
knows who he
want
is.
Brad or Jack on like the next episode that we do because
That we're gonna do.
I want them to watch some type of rom com.
That's good. Okay, I will definitely make this happen because I do too. Like we can just me and you can agree on like one or two and make them watch. It doesn't even have to be the whole thing. It can just be like half of something.
You can
Wrong
watch
deal.
3 episodes.
Yeah, three
So you're saying I'm never
episodes.
going to be on another episode of this again? Got it. Cool.
I don't know if you keep being mean to me, Brad. Maybe not.
We will specifically do a Bo Fury breakdown
Oh
Yes.
my
just for
god.
you,
I
Brad.
will literally watch it tomorrow for you
But
if
Brad,
you can watch some rom-com for
but
me.
Brad,
Okay.
if we do the Bo
That's okay.
Fury
Trade.
episode, which I'll agree with that, you
I'll do
have to
it.
like lead the episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
like, fine.
Damn it. I
Okay.
see this is the problem. I fucking do it to Jack and like Brad and they're like, "Oh, it's cool, man." I'm like, "God damn it."
You're like, I wanted the backlash, like with me when I was like, man, really?
So I'm assuming we're at the point of wrap up.
Yeah.
Nope.
So
Yeah.
I just want
We're
to
just getting
say,
started.
oh, jeez. Part 2 of the podcast starts now.
Part two
An
after
extra
hours.
fucking hour. No, I
Prologue
just
finished.
I would say, as usual, like, share, and subscribe. Follow Chibi, of course, on Twitch. She'll get to start streaming again when she feels like it, of course. Representing. Follow Brad whenever Brad starts to stream again.
Absolutely.
Because he's been.
I was
What are your
actually
resolutions?
yeah.
Don't do it, Brad. Don't say it. You've been like, you've missed the past 2 Sundays. I
I
have
have wait.
waited. I have waited,
It's
bro.
I have been in your channel waiting.
But
have
Brad has an excuse.
calculus.
What's
It's
the excuse,
unfortunate.
Brad?
I've been doing calculus homework on the weekends, so
Calculus.
College level
yeah,
calculus, not high school. It
that
would
is
be
true. That
funny
is,
doing
I
high
am
school
not in high school.
Calculus. What are you even studying?
Man needs his degree for computer
Yeah,
sciences.
it's it's the last class I need for my degree. So.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
remember making math like my last. my last part. I was like, that's got to
Yeah,
be
imagine
first.
having to do math.
That was the
Wasn't me.
Yeah, I did advanced statistics. I was like, that's the first class I'm taking. That
Yeah.
and
Ooh.
fucking
Well, so,
accounting.
so I did all of my computer science stuff first. So
Uh-huh.
I had all my stupid classes to finish with. So
Desperate.
Yeah, I literally took Calc 1, failed it, and I said we're changing my major.
Jack is not here, but also please follow Jacqueline Cruel. He helped us with the banner
no. He
because
don't get a shout out unless
we
he's
don't
on
give
the
him a shout out.
Follow Jack, please. We love him.
Damn.
He's our Lord and
Also,
Savior.
shout out to our buddy
You don't-
Chris for no other reason than to make him watch every episode.
Thanks,
We
Chris.
make him
You
do
don't
that.
Also,
use-
shout out to Ken.
She
Thank you for being behind the scenes, doing all this stuff for us. We
it'd be
appreciate
fucking
you.
cool if I got help with like making shorts and stuff,
I don't know how
Yeah.
to edit. I teach gremlins all day, please.
No, you can edit your own it's
I don't even edit my own stuff. My own Twitch stuff, dog.
your
You
TikTok
think I got
stuff.
time?
You can just
I
like
don't even edit my own TikTok stuff.
who does it?
I do it, but I don't really edit it.
You can just
It's
you can send the file and just upload the damn short because I've been doing everything. Like if someone's like, "What's pixelated thoughts?" You're like, "Oh, it's Ken."
Do that.
Literally, I've done
that's
all the
pretty
TikTok
valid.
content. I've done
so
all the
Ken
YouTube
wants me to
content.
die. You guys heard it here first.
First off,
I'm trying to educate the youth of
First off-
this United States of America.
first off, I
And,
work.
and Ken's over here
I work full time.
bashing me.
Hold on, I work full time.
Same.
I have a child.
I have 2 dogs. I have 17 kids.
You have
I have
17 kids.
calculus.
I have one 4-year-old, and it's a nightmare.
I have 17 7-year-olds.
Yeah, but that's in the process of your work. And are you really
No.
educating them?
Yes.
That's funny.
I would see. I can't get. See, here's the reason. I can't get Brad shit though. Brad edits the audio,
Yeah, I do.
and I do not want to fucking do that.
I was told my part when I started it. And
Was
it was
to do
not
everything.
editing.
Yes.
Yeah, you're part. Like, first off, you have the podcast. Like, you can clip that shit. Help me out. And also,
Fine.
and also complain to your goddamn to the community. Like, I need all you fuckers to subscribe.
So if you guys have not subscribed yet on YouTube, why haven't you not?
Just I want that. I want that a message in the Discord, right? Like, why have you gremlins not done it? No more questions.
I was literally gonna say it. Why have you gremlins not subscribed?
And
to
then put
this?
like what? Like, hey, no more Q&A from you guys unless you guys subscribe.
Unless you guys subscribe. Every subscribe is another Q&A we could do.
There you go.
Gross.
So you guys heard it first. It's not me. It's Ken. I'm sorry.
Down the road, we will try to do like a giveaway. I was gonna talk to Jack.
Yeah,
about
no,
that 'cause
I'm
he's got
down.
one.
I'm down.
I want to do one I want to actually do a short where I put in like, hey, we'll do a giveaway for. I want to say 2 games, choice of 2 games, but we'll do it
Okay.
like Dead Space remake. I know you don't want to play it, Chibi. I know. Hogwarts Legacy. So
Can I
Can I
be
be
part
in
of
this
the
giveaway? Man, fuck you. That was my question.
Shanks, you got to buy each other a Coke, right? And you can't fucking talk for the rest of the podcast. Great.
Wait,
So-
any whoosies. Wait, what is your guys' houses really quick?
Oh, Hufflepuff, obviously. It's the only viable choice.
he's kind of right.
Why do I gotta be in the same house as you?
He's kind of right. But I'm gonna be but you can be a dark wizard almost immediately, which is fucking sick.
That's what everyone wants to do. I want to be a goody two shoes and save the world from the darkness of
do
you
that.
guys.
You can do that in every game though, right? I feel like you're playing a teenager just torturing and murdering people is fucking great, It's like Persona. But yeah, I think that's one of the plans for this week. Like I'm literally gonna do like a YouTube short, like a giveaway.
Mhm.
You have to follow the podcast. You have to subscribe to the YouTube, and then we'll we'll do like best top voted comment, and I will personally we'll select it, and I will personally DM that person and then buy them the 2 games of their choice.
Nice. I'm about to make an alt account and make the funniest top comment. Here's my Discord Chibi rep.
I'll run it also by Jack too, because I told him like eventually I was gonna buy him Dead Space remake.
Yeah.
But that I think he's like Resident Evil Village and all their shit. But anyway,
Fair enough.
that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not used to endings. Again, thank you guys so much for supporting us. We really appreciate it. Catch us next week. We have some really fun stuff coming up. I don't want to spoil anything. But Valentine's Day is around the corner. We
That
might be
episode's
talking
not
about
next week.
some.
That episode's not next week.
It's not next week.
We're
That's why I said we have interesting stuff
Fuck it.
coming
Oh my
up.
I'll tell you what's coming up next. All right, next week for Pixelated Thoughts, we're doing World of Warcraft. Jack has a buddy
Why?
who has so many freaking hours in it, and I'm just gonna sit there and listen to them and be in awe because I played World of Warcraft like 10 hours.
Of course you have.
And then on Valentine's Day, there will be a Valentine's Day episode. It is because Brad has agreed to do a Bo Fury episode. He has to watch some of the rom-com stuff that Chibi's gonna come up with. Not all of it.
Just some.
And I think that's good, right? Brad, you're good with
Yeah,
that?
that's good.
I want to hear him say it. I want to hear him say it on video.
Oh.
No.
Okay, fine.
Yes, he did it. All right, you guys.
For the pod.
For the pod.
For the
Yes.
pod.
For the
Hashtag
content.
for the pod.
For the content.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Chibi,
Chibi,
Brad?
signing off.
we'll talk to you all next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. and
Bye,
listening.
guys. Thank you.